Welcome back to Drain Simulator, guys. Thanks so much for joining me here. We're in episode 4 now. This series has been pretty chaotic so far. It's been really fun though, and the water physics in this game is just something else. It's really next level. Do go back and check out those videos. We've unclogged a convenience store that was underwater. We've saved a mountain road that was underwater, and also kind of like a small rural city street as well. So it's been kind of fun here. Okay, so let's move on to our next mission. And by the way, this is our kind of humble little garage here, which is a pretty cool base of operations. So if we go on to our mission here, we can see the convenience store. That was our last mission in the last video. Do check it out again if you haven't seen it. So we're going to be moving on to the farm here. 0900 AM, a flooded farm, diggable ground to redirect water, stream to pump water into. Okay, so this is going to be pretty interesting here. So we're going to click on this, and we're going to see what kind of equipment we have here. So let's just go down here. So we do have, how many pumps do we have? We have one pump. We have one pump. We have one Mark III pump. We have one generator. I don't think we're going to need the pipe wrench, so I'm not going to bother to take that. We're definitely going to need our rake. Shovel we're always going to need. Squeegee, that always comes in handy. Power cord. So let's go over to our shop. I'm thinking, I reckon if we invest in another generator and another set of pumps as well, I think that's really going to help us out here. So let's buy a generator. And do we want an expensive pump or two cheaper pumps? I say we go with two cheaper pumps here. So we're going to get two of those. Perfect. So let's go back. Let's make sure we're putting those on. So we've got 3 regular pumps, and then we've got one Mark III pump, which is going to be fantastic. Also generators, water vacuum is on, rake. We've got, okay, so we've got pretty much everything that we need. What about our inflatable barriers? We've got 4 inflatable barriers as well. Those could come in handy. So let's go ahead and start our mission, and let's see what kind of chaos we can get into here. Farm. There are multiple ways to drain the water from the farm. Okay, so we have multiple different ways. I'm assuming there's going to be drains, and there's going to be probably maybe like rivers or streams or kind of waterfalls or something where we can sort of drain the water into another river or another reservoir of some kind. Okay guys, so we've just loaded into our farm level here, and as we can see, we've got a farmhouse and we've got a barn fully submerged underwater, and it looks like, I don't know if you guys can see on the screen, but there's a whole lot of water coming down from that mountain, pouring into our farm by the look of it. So we're going to want to go ahead and we're going to start grabbing our equipment here, and let's see if we can take care of this problem. So let's get two of our generators. We're probably going to want the power cable. We're definitely going to want the power cable. We want our rake. I'm going to leave the squeegee and the vacuum down here because that's kind of for the smaller nitty-gritty jobs, so I'm not going to worry about that for now. We've got 4 pumps here as well. So let's go ahead and grab our pumps here. Okay, perfect. We'll grab that one as well. We'll grab this one, and we're going to grab one of our inflatables just in case we need that. Okay, we're fully stocked up here, so let's try and get a bit of a lay of the land here and see exactly what's going on. Let's pull up our map. Okay, so the barn has a drainage area, and the garden has a drainage area as well. Okay, that's interesting. But before we start draining anything down here, as you guys can see, we've got all of this water pouring in from this mountainous area. So we need to stop this trail of water, because there's no point in, you know, declogging the drains and stuff down here if this water is going to keep pouring in, because it's just going to keep filling us back up. So let's make our way up here, and let's check out if there's any areas up here where we can potentially curtail this water. Yeah, that's a lot of water pouring in. Wow, look at that. So maybe we set up an inflatable across here. I think that should reach. And if the water backs up in here in this little rock pool, yeah, it's going to pour over into that stream there by the look of it. That could be perfect. Okay, let's try that. So what we're going to want to do, we're going to want to grab our most powerful pump here. So we're going to put that there. We're not going to worry too much about that pipe. And we're going to want to put one of our generators just right there. We're going to hook the power supply. So we're going to hook that into there. That's perfect. Then we're going to go ahead and grab one of our inflatables here. So we're going to make sure this is completely out of the water, because the last thing we want is the water to start skirting around the edge of it. I've done that before in previous levels. You put up an inflatable and you don't fully put it along the area that you're supposed to, and the water starts going around it and kind of flowing past it. And it's an absolute nightmare when that happens. So that looks pretty good. So we need to connect this into our pump. Okay, we're going to put that there. If we turn this on, and we turn that on, this should start to inflate now. Okay, we're going to watch this. This is going to look really cool when this is done. I'm hoping that the water doesn't go around it like I was saying, because if it does, that's going to be really annoying. But it looks fully contained. So look, the water has stopped. No more water is flowing down. Is this going to start flowing over here? This should start getting backed up, because there's nowhere for the water to go now. Yes, it looks like the water level is getting higher. There we go. We can see the water starting to flow over. Perfect. So it's going to go down into this stream, and it's going to bypass our farm. So there's no more water coming into our farm now. That's absolutely beautiful. So we just have to wait for this to fully inflate. I'm not sure how long it's going to take. Probably just take a few seconds or so. It's still inflating, which is good. Because you don't want it too small, because you don't want to risk the water kind of toppling over the top of it. That would be the... Could you imagine if we got rid of half of the water, then this broke and it started flooding again? That would be an absolute nightmare. There is a little bit of water coming down the side here, but it's not too bad, because it's not going into our farm. It's kind of bypassing, it's going around our inflatable. And what it's doing is it's coming down here, it's draining. Where exactly is this going? So this is going over here. It's kind of flooding into here. And where is it going from this point onwards? So it's kind of going into this kind of pit here. Then it's going to start flowing back into that river over there, I would assume. So, yeah, I think this is okay for now. Pronged approach here. I don't know how well this is going to work. So I'm going to put one generator here. I'm going to put one generator there. Yeah, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put pumps kind of along here, and the pump's going to pump water to one pump to the other, and then we'll kind of pump it sort of down to the end over there. We go too far. We did have a drainage spot in the barn, so let's get to this drainage spot. Okay, there it is. Ooh, I missed it. Where is it? There it is. Okay, so let's start getting this. So this is going to start putting down some of the water here. Okay, beautiful. So that's going to help us there. So the water should start flowing into there. And also, I think there was one over... Yeah, there's one over here by the house. So if we get these two drainage spots, the water will start going down. So that will help us for the meantime. So if we get these going... okay, we're right on top of it. Whereabouts? I think it's here. Okay, it's right there. So let's just scrape this away. Beautiful. So we have those two drains. We have those two drains emptying, so that's perfect. Because we do want to start pumping this water out. So I'm going to put one here. We grab our pump. So if we put... I'm going to put our most powerful pump over here. So this can go there. Then we want the hose from the pump to go down into this stream over here. Beautiful. Okay, and let's hook in our power here. Let's go to our power. Okay, that's going to connect into here. Turn that on. Turn that on. Beautiful. So that's going to start blasting water down there. Okay, that's perfect. So if we put a pump here, how far is this cable going to go? Oh, we need to actually go back and make sure the cable's following us. Here we go. If we can pump the water over to this part over here, then this generator... Yeah, that generator is working. Okay, so if we can pump the water to kind of round that corner there, and then hopefully that generator there will start picking it up. So we'll plug that in, turn that on, and we're going to turn this one on. Okay, beautiful. That's going to start pumping water over there. And I'm hoping, as the water kind of flows over to this one, that's going to pump it into the ravine down there. It does look like the water is flowing this direction. So, yeah, it's going to head over to our other pump over there. Okay, so we'll leave that for the second. I think that's going to be okay. If we put one about here in the middle, and then basically we put the cable from this leading over to this section. So again, this pump's then going to pick it up. And I'm hoping this plan works. I don't know if it will. It's not foolproof, so, you know, don't blame me if it goes wrong. Okay, let's make sure we're connecting this into the right socket. Perfect. Okay, we're going to turn that on. Brilliant. Over... Okay, our pump is there, so let's put one... If we put one about here, and we try and pull the cable over to this pump here. Okay. And then we grab our power cable, plug this into our third Jenny. Okay, turn that on. Turn that on. That's going to be taking water from over here, putting it to this generator. This generator is going to be taking it, putting it over to this one. This one's going to be transporting it over to this one. And then our most powerful pump at the end here, again, is going to be funneling it down into this stream here. So that's my kind of plan of attack at the moment. I really hope it does work. Let's just make sure... Where is that drain? I want to make sure it's not getting clogged up. Okay, beautiful. So we're just going to make sure that that's staying unclogged. This does look a lot more... the water level looks a lot less than it was before, because we were kind of swimming in here. Now we can actually walk, and we can see the ground somewhat. Okay, we've got water funneling over to here. This one is funneling it over to there. This one's working overtime as well. And this one's also just making sure this is actually turned on. Okay, it's a shame that we don't have more pumps here. We could do with more pumps, pumping more water here. But at the moment, this is looking pretty good to me. It seems to be okay. We just got this kind of chain of pumps just kind of pumping water out. Okay. I'm liking the way this is going. So I'll be back in just a minute, guys. I'm just going to leave it to run for a few minutes. And I'm going to see if it continues to work. If it doesn't, we'll come back and then we'll switch up the configuration. Yeah, so far, I think this is looking pretty successful. Again, we've got that whole line of kind of our pumps just working kind of in tandem with each other. It's a little bit slower than having, you know, we could have 4 pumps all in one area, kind of blasting water all out of one area in one go. But I mean, that doesn't really help us, because if we blast all the water out of this barn area, then we've still got all the water in the house over here. So then we'd have to transport all the house water back over here, then back over there. Whereas if we just set up these pumps individually, just kind of working in tandem together, then they're all kind of redirecting the water as they go, kind of like a pipe almost. You know, one directs water into the next pump, one directs water into the next, and so on and so on and so on, until it gets to our final pump here, which again is blasting it down into the ravine over here away from our farm. So the water level is getting significantly lower here as well. We can start to see more land appearing around here, which is great. We can also walk. I mean, look how much lower it is. It was almost to the top of these kind of bales of hay here, but now it's kind of it's flowing down really quickly, and this drain is really helping us as well. So we do want to make sure that this is staying clear of debris, and yeah, this is working out really well. We can see more land emerging, so this is really working out. It's like I say, taking a little bit more time as we're doing it individually, individual pumps, but it is working nonetheless. Okay, so our pumps have been doing their thing. The water level is significantly lower now. I mean, it's kind of like, at this point, it's kind of like shin deep in here, which is great. I do just want to make sure, again, that this is not getting clogged up. So let's just give that a quick scrape. So that's fine. We've got this one, our most powerful pump out here, getting rid of all this water in the barn. So that's perfect. We've still got this one operating over here. Look how much land is now becoming available, like becoming clear here, which is Really, really great. And if we go around to the garden area, there is also a drain over here, which is sucking in a lot of the water here. Where is it? I can hear it. There it is. Let's just make sure that this is clear as well. So we're going to leave this to kind of drain on its own for a bit. We don't really need to do anything around here. We don't need to pump anything out because this is going to naturally drain by itself. So we're just going to leave that to kind of drain. We're going to leave our pumps to kind of keep operating as well. But yeah, I mean, this is looking really good. I mean, we've got a whole bunch of grass. We've got the front yard appearing. The house is, you know, barely covered in water now. It's not, you know, flowing into the living room, so to speak. Okay, so maybe the plan of action here. So if we go ahead and grab this one, whereabouts is the water actually going to? So it looks like the water is flowing around into the barn itself. So maybe if we place this here on the corner, can we place this pipe, like, let me make sure I'm grabbing it. If we place this into the barn, then as the water fills up, it's going to circulate down this drain, and also it's going to be passed over to our other pump there as well. So I think that's going to be a good plan of action for us. Actually, you know what? I think we may be able to move this one further. Let me try and move this one further around. So if we put this there, and then we put this directly on top of the actual over there. So that's going to go, the water's going to flood straight into that drain there. Then if we grab this, is this going to reach over to here though? Yes, it is. Okay, perfect. Okay, we disconnected the other one, but that's okay. I'll go back and reconnect it. So that's going to go over to there. That's going to pump the water directly into that drain. That's perfect. And then we just need to reconnect this one, making sure that we don't disconnect the other one when we connect this in. Okay. And then turn this one back on. Beautiful. Okay, so our backyard is really draining nicely there. That's looking really good. That's going to drain the side here of the house. That's going to blast a load of water into the actual barn itself. Is this one disconnected again? Really? Okay, there we go. Now it's fully connected. Okay, now we can turn this on. Okay, there we go. We got there eventually. So there's a lot of connecting and disconnecting going on here. And this pump is directly putting it straight into this grate here, which is perfect. And we also have this one operating as well. This is picking up kind of all the extra water that's coming out of here. Yeah, I think this one doesn't really need to be here anymore. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come along. I'm going to pick this one up. I'm going to move this. I'm going to put this. I'm just thinking. Let's just put this here. How long is this cable? We can put that directly into the grate as well. And then we can just connect the power cable here. So we're going to grab that. We're going to connect this over to here. Oh man, are you literally telling me that that just doesn't reach? That's crazy. Okay, okay, let's just move this a bit closer. Okay, we're going to put that there. Let's grab our power cable and put this in here. Turn that on. Turn that on. That's going to get rid of that water there for us. And the water is going straight down this drain. Beautiful job right now. And we need to make sure this isn't clogged up. Okay, perfect. I'm liking how this is turning out. That's still pumping water out of there. That's still pumping water out of there. That's pumping water out of the backyard. We do have this water over here, though, that we're going to have to worry about. But there is a drain over here. Oh, wow, the garden's looking great. We've almost done the garden. This is pretty good. Okay, we might... Oh, we've done the garden. Okay, brilliant. Okay, and this water is pretty much gone here. Okay, fantastic. So we can pick this up. So let's go ahead and pick this up. And let's get this generator as well. And we need to figure out what we're going to do with this. Where can we best utilize this? So what I think we do here, because we have this front yard we need to get rid of. So let's put this here. Let's put our pump here, and we're going to stretch it again over into into our barn over here, directly into that pump. And that's going to be the play here, I think. So we're going to grab this, connect that into there, turn that on, and beautiful. That's going to suck up the entire front yard. And that's going to get it into this pump, and then this pump's going to throw it into that drain over there. Look at that. It's just funneling straight down the hole. I love that so much. That's fantastic. And again, we just want to make sure, we do want to make sure that this is absolutely clear. So we'll just give that a few rakes just to make sure. And I think this is looking cool. Yeah, I mean, look how much water this thing has sucked up already. Okay, so I did manage to find my water vacuum. I actually left it in the barn, which is quite funny. Okay, so let's just try and get rid of some of this extra water in here as well. So we're going to go along and we're going to kind of vacuum up this, vacuum up some of this water along here. I'm not sure how much this is going to help, but it is what it is. So, I'm just thinking. So, I'm going to turn this off. We're going to do a major kind of redevelopment here. So, I'm going to pick this up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set this. I'm going to set this here. We're going to put this pump. So, this pump can go here in this water. And I don't know if it's going to reach. Is it going to reach over to... I was hoping it was going to reach to this grate over here. So what we can do, let's just go ahead, pick this up, and let's put it as far forward as we can here. Oh, it's what? It's really glitching out there. If we put this here, and I'm hoping it goes directly into this drain, and I'm hoping that works. I don't know if it will, but let's just unclog this for a second. Okay, this is an experiment, guys, so I don't know how well this is going to work. Connect that into that. Let's try that again. Connect this into here. Turn this on. Turn this on. Okay, it does look like it's somewhat going down there. And I'm going to stop the water from coming back this way. Okay, just kind of hoover up the water. Okay, it is flowing into here though, which is good. I'm going to dump my water here. And that will just flood down into the, drain as well. It's going to be the sort of the play here. Okay, the garden is done. That was kind of already done anyway, so I'm not too worried about that. And then maybe what we do is we just come over here and we just kind of vacuum up this stuff here. The backyard is so close to being done. Okay, so we really need to start getting rid of this water in here. So what we're going to do... front yard. We still need to do the front yard. So let's grab our hoover again. I'm going to hoover up a whole bunch of this water here. Where is the water in the front yard though? What counts as the front yard? That's the thing I'm thinking about here. Let's get rid of all this water in here. Our house front yard is done. All we have to do is the barn, and then we're golden. We're absolutely golden. Okay, so we're just going to dump that in there. Perfect. Over here. And then we're just going to hoover up this last little bit in here. Perfect. Front yard is done. Okay, so we need to do the barn. This should be pretty straightforward now. So if we go over to here, we're going to pick up our generator. And all we need to do now is literally... So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place a generator up here. I'm going to place a generator there. Then we're literally just going to pump the water straight into this ravine over here. Okay, actually, no. I was gonna put that back down, but you know what? We're going to move this. Okay, let's run over here. Let's position our pumps up over here. Okay, so we're going to put one smack bang in the middle there. That's going to lead out here. Then we're going to put another pump smack bang there. And this one is going to... Why is the cable not following me? And that's going to go over to there. Brilliant. Okay, so that one's going to flow into that one. Okay, and let's make sure we're hooking these up. Perfect. Where is my generator? So that can go there. And then this one is going to go into that one. Turn that on. Turn that on. Turn that one on. Okay, beautiful. And I hope, I don't know for sure, but I hope this is going to work. So that's flowing into there. That's spitting a load of water over there. But not only that, we also have this drain, kind of drain. We have this drain over here as well. Okay, perfect. But what we're going to do, we're going to grab our most powerful, we've got our most, oh, I don't want to drop my, don't want to drop my crane, not crane. Okay, let's keep going. So, we can also, if we put this one here, and then let's put our cable, for some reason it doesn't want to track the cable sometimes. That's going to go there. And we're going to hook this bad boy in. That's kind of floating in the air. I don't know what the heck's going on there. Is water coming out of it? Yeah, water is coming out of it. That's hooked up to that generator. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this one. And we're going to put this, here. That's not going to go very far there. That's the problem. Maybe we just put it there like that. That will be fine for now. And we hook this into here. I want to make sure I'm getting it. Which one is... Wait. Which one is... Okay, that should be fine. Okay, beautiful. So that's going to suck the water in out of there. That's sucking the water out of there. That's kind of floating in midair, which is kind of concerning me, I'm not going to lie. So I think we just need to get rid of this bit of water here. Now, I think we're pretty good, to be honest, when it comes to the barn. Okay, let's dump this water out. Beautiful. Okay. And then we've literally got, like, these bits of water around here. And it should, the game should give it to us in a second. Let's suck up the water here. we've got some water left around here. Okay, this is probably the water we need to get rid of as well. So let's just suck up this here. Looking so good. Okay, we've got a bit of water here as well. We're almost there. I can almost feel the end in sight. What bits? We got some... There's some water down here as well. Yes! We've done the barn. Let's go. Okay, perfect. So we've got the house front yard left to do. Okay, this is amazing. We're so close to the end of this mission now. House front yard. Okay, our house front yard is rapidly going down. This is really good. There's a bit in this hole here. Yes, let's go. $1,000. There you go, guys. So we've just completed the mission. It took us a fair while, but we got there in the end. Okay, let's go back to our garage.
Rain update. Still raining. The farm has been cleared, and the farmhouse and barn are back on solid ground. Credit goes once again to our plunger-equipped specialist. We asked the farmer for comment. He said,
I would have handled it myself. Had it under control. Just
I don't think he did.
Real busy. Next thing I know, water's gone.
busy, man. Anyway, the rain hasn't stopped, and now the parking garage downtown is completely flooded. Several cars are fully underwater. If you parked on the lower level, your vehicle now identifies as aquatic. More updates soon.
So it sounds like our next mission in the next video is going to be a parking lot. That's going to be very, very interesting. But there we go, guys. So underwater farm now been saved. It's now above ground. It's now dry. And we saved the day once again. Thanks so much for joining me there, guys. I know that was a long episode, but you know, it took a bit of time to get there. But we got the job done, regardless of how difficult it may have been. And our pumps worked out pretty well as we had them set up in that kind of linear fashion. I kind of liked how that worked. But thanks so much for being here. If you do enjoy this series, drop a comment down below. Let me know if you want to see more of it. Hit the like button and become a subscriber of the channel if you're enjoying the content as well. And I will see you in the next video.